'cause I know that scammers are out to get me.
So, at home, at work, on the go, you always got to be vigilant when it comes to keeping your data secure. So, I'm Melinda, and I own Working Technology. I've owned my business for a little over 10 years now. I focus on small to medium businesses who don't have enough employees to have an IT person in-house. So I'm kind of a virtual chief information officer for them, and I focus a lot on security. So I've had healthcare industry clients, financial services clients, and retail all over the board. So I've got a lot of diverse experience with security. So we're going to get you guys locked down and get some things in place for you. So what is cybersecurity? Well, the National Institute of Standards and Technology have defined cybersecurity in 5 areas. Identify by using asset management, risk assessment, protect by using access control, awareness training, which is what we're doing today, detect anomalies and monitor continuously, respond, have a plan in place on how you're going to respond if an incident occurs, and then recover. How are you going to get back online and back to work after that incident? Today, again, we're doing the security awareness portion.
And this is the model that AZ is using.
Correct.
When they communicate to us.
Right.
It's the NIST model.
Exactly. So healthcare is, I know you don't service clients, but you are considered healthcare. This is the most cyber attacked industry, followed by financial services and manufacturing, because personal data is involved. Cyber risks are growing. They increase daily. There's like 390,000 new strands of malware every single day. So this has amplified the focus of authorities, making them come out with stricter regulations, more frequent audits, and also making it easier to impose fines for violations. So we need to have a culture of cybersecurity. It needs to be in your daily conversation. It needs to be something that you think about all of the time. A lot of small businesses don't recover from a cyber attack. They can't recover. So the human firewall, no matter what I put in place, I can put the best firewalls, the best antivirus, all of these things can be in place. But if you click on that one link, or go to that one website, all of that doesn't matter. So it's really up to you. So you need to be vigilant and constantly aware. So we're going to talk about some of the areas. We're not going to talk about all of these today. We're just going to touch on a few of them. But these are all of the different areas of cybersecurity. So we're going to look at phishing, we're going to look at malware, and we're going to definitely talk about social engineering, which is what Tim experienced. That was social engineering. So he was led to believe that that person was someone that they were not. That's bottom line, that's what that is. We're going to go malware, phishing, and social engineering. I think I just said that, didn't I? So this is just a short little video that goes over malware. If I hit play. Unless, oh yeah, I don't have Wi-Fi. I need the Wi-Fi password, I'm sorry.
It's right there. Can you see it on the...
I actually can't see it. I have very bad vision.
You see
Here.
BioSTL guest?
It's like
Let me
this.
get out of here. Sorry.
And it's like that. We, capital R, capital B, I, capital
Okay.
STL.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah, no
about
worries.
that. It's the guest.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you're here. Because we're all on the same shared network.
Well, at least it has a password. At least it's not completely open.
Yeah, but the password is posted in every single room. Just FYI.
They know that's, and so when we come and connect to a Wi-Fi network like that, what do we select? We select no. We do not want our computer to be shared on that network. All right, sorry for that little interruption. Just try this again. Well, I guess it's not going to let me play it. See if I can get the link for you real quick here. Or we can just skip it and I'll just talk about it. So, sorry. Nothing worse than a technology person struggling with technology issues. So, malware includes numerous threat families, and each family has different variations. So, viruses, there's tons of different types of viruses, Trojans, worms, rootkits, and ransomware. On average, like I said earlier, there's about 390,000 unique threats per day. They're changed in the slightest way to evade detection, because when antivirus companies come out with a patch or an update for the day, it will fix all the ones from yesterday. It's kind of like getting the flu shot, right? It's not for what's coming next. It's for what they've already seen. So, and they're targeted in order to have the highest penetration rate. Malware can come from clicking on malicious links in email, plugging in an unknown flash drive, getting free software. It's not free, it comes with a price. And that could be your computer being locked. Installing third-party apps directly from the internet instead of the stores. Like Microsoft also has a store now on your computer. You may have seen it pop up and say, this app that you're trying to install is not from the Microsoft store. You should download it from the Microsoft store. So just like on your phone or on your Mac, Apple Store or Google Play is where we want to get our apps from, because they check with those vendors and make sure that they're following certain requirements. They can't get them all, though. They do sometimes slip one through now and then. We're going to skip the phishing video, too, I'm assuming. Yeah, I don't know why it's not playing. I did check this last night. So phishing, again, like with what happened, well, not what happened with Tim, but deceiving somebody by posing as a legitimate company, which they did, and actually a legitimate person at a legitimate company. They just changed that one letter. They typically use email, and they're hoping that you click on a link. Typically, phishing is trying to get you to go to a website and put your personal information there, like a password for your bank account, or you'll see those emails that come through and say, we need you to update your information. So just in general, I would never click on those links in email. Go and log into your account directly and update the information that they're requesting through that process instead of clicking on a link. But we'll talk more about.
There are so many emails I get.
There are.
Right?
Yeah.
At home or
Yep.
wherever.
Yep. And if you're using Outlook, you should have the ability to mark it as junk or even report it as phishing. That should be an option for you. And if you're not doing that, you should, because that helps our systems get smarter. So 54% of all email is spam. And 1 in 15 of those messages has malicious content. They are messages about health, dating, and other adult items. So this is what you want to look for, some of the things that Tim pointed out. For this one, Dropbox, they replaced the O with parentheses. And somebody who's in a hurry, who has all of these messages coming in your inbox, and you have a Dropbox account, you may not catch that because you see their logo there. That's legit. But if you look a little closer, you're going to see capitalization errors, grammatical errors, and then you're also going to see something that's key. The @ part of the email address has nothing to do with Dropbox. That's a big giveaway in a lot of cases. Just taking that extra couple of seconds, just look at the @ part of the email address. Now, as it did with you guys' case, it did match up. It was the first part of the email that didn't match up. So, again, if you're not expecting something from someone, don't click on it. Even if it looks legit, take a minute, call that person and say, hey, did you just send me an attachment? I wasn't expecting something from you. And that little phone call that may take an extra minute or two could save you a lot of time trying to recover from getting hacked. A psychological tactic that they sometimes use is putting the same term twice so that when you see it, something about that, we'll go ahead and click on it just because we think, okay, yeah, that's legit because it matches. One thing that you can do with any link anywhere is hover your mouse over top of it. It's going to pop up and tell you where it's going to point you to. If you don't see something in that says Microsoft or OneDrive or whatever the case may be, don't click it. So we're going to check to make sure who the email came from. We're not going to click on links, and we're going to check by hovering over it. Don't download attachments that you're not expecting. Take that time to make that phone call. Ignore threats that look official, right? They like to put pressure on you to make you take action, and that's how phishing works. Most of our government agencies are going to send something in the mail, not in an email. Anybody asking for money, obviously that's a red flag. Updating and confirming your information, again, go directly to that website if you have an account there, and you should have an alert or a notification in there as well, usually. If not, call the bank or the service and see if they actually need an update. Watch out for bad grammar and typos. They're getting a lot better, and they're using that less and less because they are getting more sophisticated in their attacks. Hey, guess what? We get to skip another video. It's all right. I just review what they talk about anyway. So, social engineering. This one is they're really getting advanced on this too. Psychological manipulation. It uses our emotions such as fear and curiosity and the basic good in people that want to help someone, right? They call you and they're struggling with an issue, and you can help them by transferring this money or whatever it is. You're going to want to help people typically.
Yeah, like with AZ, I mean, we're negotiating, we're in this feasibility study, we're talking about a partnership.
Yeah.
You want to be very responsive. Okay, we'll get you the money, the 1.5 million back.
Right. Or
Right.
if they mention that your boss is waiting for this, you got to do this right now, right? No. In a smaller company, that's easier to manage because you pretty much know everybody. You know you recognize their voice and things like that. You know where they're at if they're out of town or whatever. But
And if you ever see me sign Timothy, you know something is really wrong.
yep, they also take advantage of breaking news events. They took advantage of COVID, holidays, pop culture, anything that they can to lure victims. They are patient, they are persistent, and they work constantly to find new ways to trick us. If they're going after a company, they may go out and go through their garbage for a week or two or even a month, or stalk the executive level employees of that business just to get anything that they can out of that trash, or where they're going, or maybe someone that they go to meet or something like that. So they'll go to great lengths to try and get ways to get in with you. So password safety. Man, that's a funny video too. I wish I could show it. Did I connect to the Wi-Fi? I'm gonna look that one up because that one's really funny. If you have the option to turn on two-factor authentication for any account, do it. Try not to use the same passwords on the same accounts. Like, don't have one password that you use for everything. With two-factor authentication, though, this minimizes the ability for them to get in because there's two factors to it. You've got something that you know in your head, and then you have your physical phone that you're going to receive that PIN number on. So use them in combination. It, again, reduces the chances for someone hacking into your account. So even if it's not a financial account, I would recommend turning it on if they give you that option.
Is it better to use like your text or email for that, or one of the authentication apps?
Okay, so I am not a huge fan of the authentication apps because if something happens to my phone, let's say I drop it in the lake when I'm canoeing or something like that, which has happened, by the way. If you don't have your backup codes, you can't get in your accounts. Like that authentication app is the end all be all for some accounts. So I like getting texts. That's my personal preference. But a lot of times they don't offer that. And you have to use an authentication app. So if you do, when it says keep these backup codes for later use, make sure you keep those backup codes because you never know when you're actually going to need them. So what do you do in the case that you think you've been hacked or you think something's going on your computer? So don't try and figure it out yourself, right? Just stop using the machine, stop using the browser, but don't turn it off. Just disconnect the internet, turn off Wi-Fi, leave it as is so we can see the processes and things that are running on there when you get in touch with me and I get on there to look. I'm going to install remote access to your computers today, so I'll be available pretty quickly if something goes wrong. So again, unplug the network cable or disconnect from Wi-Fi, and report the incident. This is my direct cell phone number. I'm 24/7, 365. I love what I do, so I try and be available. If I can't answer right away, it's just because I'm with another client, and I usually try not to take calls from other clients while I'm visiting with someone. So don't wait to report it because seconds matter. If we wouldn't have got that report submitted, we may not have been able to get that money back. So there's the things that we can do to try and track them down. But again, the sooner the better. Just report it. And nobody's going to make fun of you, at least not till we get the money back, right? So it happens. They're really good at what they do. I mean, there's
They're
typically
really good.
more people trying to hack into systems than there are people trying to prevent people from getting into systems. And yes, one last video. Man, you guys missed some good ones. So let me see if I can get on Wi-Fi because I'd at least like you to enjoy one of them. I mean, oh, I must have typed it wrong. That's why. All right, let's all watch Melinda type in this password. It was
What is it? Capital
W, capital W, small letter E, then capital R, capital B, small letter I, small letter O, and all capital STL.
All right.
And
Thank you.
like a lot of the stuff we already know. Like Corey was the good prime example of this. If you change a rule in your inbox, Melinda and I and Tim immediately find out. Like we have it set up to where like it's a safe for like y'all. Like if someone got in your account and added a rule, any rule, like I just want to forward my VaxNumo to my Omnios account. A lot of you don't have VaxNumo accounts, but like Corey and I do. Rachel, Lloyd, I think we're the only VaxNumo accounts. He just set up forwarding. That set off like a cascade of events because it went to her, to me, to Tim, like new rules are created in Corey's inbox. So we are gonna, you know, we will see that. You know, like some of them are innocuous, but some of them are not innocuous.
Right.
Send a very stressed out text message.
Yeah. Like Corey's the in guy. He's not a Koopa.
And we're going to talk a little bit more about password safety, but this is one of the videos that I wanted you guys to see. It's kind of fun.
Yep. Buying and selling, passwords and logins.
Passwords, usernames coming from divorcees, single people, college kids, the widowed old lady with the cat.
You guys look like you like to save a buck or two, huh? Pick up these passwords right now, right?
This one?
Ladies.
Security question.
Tell me your dog's name. What
We got
street
it.
did you grow up on? Movies and show. Not on your belt. Come on, buddy.
Doesn't matter where I got it from. I have it, right?
People write them on napkins. They
Cop
write
out.
them on long strips of paper. They put them right in their window.
Oh, my friend's thirsty. We've been out there all day.
I just got your password. It's that easy. Let me ask you something. You like apples? Huh? We got your password. How you like those apples?
How you like them, huh? Look at this person right here. They won't know you. You'll never see him again.
His password is literally password.
Password. All the reason you want for free. Hey, you want a password? Check them out. Not bad, huh? We got all the best ones in town, all the hottest ones.
That's my password. It's not your password!
So I found something several years ago called LastPass, and it has been a godsend. So basically the idea is you only have to remember one password, LastPass. Just as long as you can remember that one master password, it will manage and take care of the rest of them for you. There's a free version. There's also a corporate version that we can do. But the free version should be plenty if you guys wanted to manage your own accounts.
So those are safe? Because then, like, how likely are those going to get hacked and then
So,
everything's compromised?
That's a good question. So the reason that I picked LastPass is because they actually were hacked. When they first started their company, after about a year or so, they got hacked. And so they are ultra vigilant about cybersecurity and making sure nothing is 100% secure. Nothing will ever be 100% secure. Even with the best, like I said, the best equipment and the best settings and the best software, nothing can be 100% secure at any time. So any account that you have has a chance of being hacked. They are stored, the passwords are stored in LastPass encrypted. So that means that when the data is being transferred across the internet, no one can decrypt it. No one can grab it out of the air and decrypt it and find your password. So the connection is secure that way. Actually, any website that you go to that is HTTPS is a secure website. Now Google has made it so that if you're not on a secure site, it pops up and tells you at the top. It says your connection to this site is not secure. That means that your data can be intercepted going back and forth between their computer and your computer. So LastPass, again, it's free. You could store all your passwords in there. It will generate strong passwords for you that you never have to remember. There's an app for your phone. You can have it on your browser so it can autofill. So like when I open my internet, it asks me to log into LastPass. I put that master password in, and now I have access to autofill all of my logins for every website. As soon as I close the browser, it logs me out, and I have to log back in again when I open it up the next time. So it's pretty good. So do you guys have any questions for me? No?
A question about VPN, so virtual private networks.
Yep.
What do they do for you? Like,
So that basically encrypts the connection. Just
Yeah.
like a secure connection on a website,
Right.
it takes that Wi-Fi connection and makes a direct connection between you and the other end.
okay,
So
so
that-
if you like go on this public website, would a VPN?
If I have my VPN turned on right now,
Yeah.
it would be secure regardless if
Okay.
someone else
Or on
was
an
trying-
airplane? And, okay.
Right.
I mean, I have one because I think you recommended NordPass as well
Yeah.
as LastPass.
Yes,
But that
NordVPN.
one is VPN.
Yes,
Because I get warnings, like, hey, this is a public
right.
connection, and people might be able to see what you're doing. But if I'm on VPN, that negates that. Is that right?
That's correct. That makes it a private connection that cannot be intercepted, just like encryption.
So is it our plan to have VPNs on all the computers, or are we gonna get like a private server? We need to figure that one out, right? Because we have to,
Yeah.
and I don't know if that's gonna be figured out today.
I just need to talk to the IT people here. And are you all pretty much confined to one area? Like, do you use Wi-Fi? Like, could we use a Wi-Fi router in one area that would suffice, or are you guys in multiple offices?
We're in this whole floor,
Hmm.
all the way to the back, all the way to the front.
Along with other companies?
Yeah. So they probably have
yeah.
routers everywhere. Like, and you can see them, when you're walking down the hallways, like little nodes or whatever, little beacons.
So yeah, I struggled with this with another client of mine who was in an office around here a couple of years ago. They had there was only 3 of them though, so it was kind of easier to deal with. But I don't know if they would let you set up your own network within their network. But we can talk to them about it.
But then as a fail-safe, we just put VPNs on everyone's computers.
Yeah.
And then, so when they're logging into their computer, do they have to log into the I come to work on Tuesday, I open my computer. What do I have to do as the employee? Do I have to how do I ensure that it automatically connects to the VPN? Is there a way we can do that?
Yes,
Okay.
because when you connect to the VPN to this particular Wi-Fi that's here, it will remember that you want it to connect through the VPN each time. You can specify that.
Okay.
So that's probably going
I
to be.
think that's going to be the lowest
easiest.
hanging fruit because of getting a tech install out here.
Yeah.
And if we just make it forced to where it's always on the VPN.
Yep. And it's it's not a bad idea if you take your computers home and put it on your home Wi-Fi too. Your router might be out of date. I mean, when's the last time anybody in here updated the firmware on your home router?
Yeah.
Right? So if you've got older routers and things like that too, it doesn't hurt to use it at home. It's not going to slow your connection down. Okay, it's just going to encrypt the connection. So if you're,
I was curious about that because
Yeah.
I've tried VPNs and they've slowed down my internet before.
was it by chance Symantec? Do you
No,
remember, or
it's not
Norton? Okay, there are some that are resource hogs, but the two that I've recommended, you won't notice a difference. Have you been using it, Christian?
No.
No. Okay.
I have been using it.
And have you noticed a
It's
difference?
NordPass.
NordVPN, yeah.
I haven't noticed.
Yeah.
It's slowing down. I don't watch movies, and I don't.
Right.
Not a big.
Right.
hog
And
on
if you're watching movies, you don't need to be connected over the VPN anyway.
Right.
But really, with NordVPN, it doesn't seem to slow the connection down.
Yeah, when I start at my computer, it automatically goes to a VPN. And if I'm in Europe, it'll go to a European VPN. I was in South America, it'll go to different nodes. And it shows you where the VPN is.
Yeah.
I've heard it's useful, like if you want to, my wife gets with the NFL network where you can't see the game if it's a game in your hometown. You can go to VPN in California and watch the game.
So
It
she
comes
hacked the
in
system.
I mean, we also use, at home, as well as work, I use the password thing where you have one master password
Yeah.
that I have in my mind. It's a long Beatles song connection. You didn't get it, but it's in my head, so I remember it. And my wife knows it. So at home, like, she can go into my computer and just do her family stuff.